Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today I've got a very special treat for you all. We're going to take a time out for my expedition camper building because I'm interviewing Eleni and Sergio, Project Mundo Cow from Brazil, and they're talking about their travels and their Defender 110 with their pop top. I'm very excited to share this interview with you. It is such a joy to spend time with them and meet them. And we'll pick right back up with my expedition camper build very shortly. And the sound quality is as good as we can make it because we had some background noise with all of our fun fellow guests. So I am here today at Overland Expo in Redmond, Oregon, right?
Yes.
Beautiful setting that we're here, and we're in the do-it-yourself showcase vehicle area. And I'm so pleased to have met Sergio and Eleni right here from Brazil. And it's been really fun to be camping out with them and hearing some of your stories and hearing about your travels. So tell us a little bit of just from a high level, like a summary of your travels, like when you started, where you've been, and also like where you're planning on going, like kind of is there an end goal or anything like that, or like where else do you want to go next, right? In addition to like where you've already been, right? And so just tell us a little about that.
So we started the trip. We are Brazilians, of course, and we started the trip in 2015. So we did like a little trial.
So 7 years ago.
Yes,
right.
7.5 now.
7.5 now.
We did was like a trial, I can say, right? In Patagonia, and then we came back. This was for 30 days, and it was crazy because we're driving. We drove 15,000 kilometers. I don't know miles, but it was a lot. In 30 days just to get the taste.
Wow,
you know,
that's a lot of driving.
Yeah,
it is.
But we was on vacation.
It was a normal life at that time.
And this time Sergio never took.
I couldn't take more than 10, 15 days vacation
because of your work.
Because of the work.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
I do.
Split the vacation, and we never had a lot of time
to really travel.
No.
Yeah.
And in this time we have the car. We bought a car, and this time we need 30 days minimum.
So I didn't ask in my job to
take this 30 days off.
I just said, so I'm gonna take it. 30 days. So we did this 30 days, and then we came back. The car was very simple, or very Spartan. There's almost nothing inside, just a platform in the back, a fridge, nothing. Just to get this taste. And then when we came back, we said, okay, so let's go to Alaska, which everybody want to do in Brazil.
And so did you ship your vehicle, this Defender 110, up to Alaska?
Yes, Defender 110.
Where'd you ship?
No. So then
did you drive it?
Yes, when we came back, so we set for 1 year to go. So in 1 year we can arrange everything, let the jobs, plan, sell stuff, organize the car, equip everything. We put a rooftop tent and stuff, and then right after 1 year, or a little bit less actually, and then we start traveling. And so we quit everything,
leaving from Brazil,
and
heading north through from South America through Central America.
So we drove all the way.
Nice.
So we drove all the way up to Alaska.
All in 1 year.
The plan was
to go and come back.
Okay, go up there and come back in 1 year.
But when you start traveling, you are very excited, right? You want to do stuff. You talk with people, and we were in Colombia. We were going very fast because we have a schedule to be in Alaska in the summer, so we need to be fast, right? So we were in a campground, and we met a couple of very wise people, real travelers from Germany. They travel all around. And I was very excited explaining him what they're going to do, blah, blah, blah. He was really calm, taking his beer and just listening. When I finished, stop and breathe, right? He said, hey, why are you guys running? Why are you guys in a hurry, Because the tough thing you did already. You left everything behind to start. And then just go easy. And then we decided to...
This night we talk, and why we only 1 year? Why not a little bit more and travel more?
Slower and enjoy the journey more.
So then we decided to do in 2 years, and after 2 months we said, okay, we can live like this. So then we not come back anymore. So we did Alaska 2 times. We went to the Arctic Ocean 2 times. We drove all this country, was 17 countries with the car, and we backpack like in total was 22 countries.
22 countries now in 7.5 years.
Yeah.
And all in this Defender 110.
Yeah.
Right?
No, we travel in.
And all the Americas was 17 countries with the car.
With the car.
And we did Morocco backpacking. We did Spain and Portugal backpacking, and China, Vietnam, and Thailand backpacking.
Nice.
Because we are traveling, not only the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's nice.
And we are open for change.
Whatever.
No?
Yeah.
We sometimes we rent something, a small apartment or house seating for a little break.
Yeah.
Because the car is nice, but sometimes it's good.
And the rule is never pay for overnight.
Yeah.
To never pay for an overnight stay.
Yeah, because it's different when we are not on a vacation. We are living on the road.
Yeah.
So the approach for everything is different.
Yeah.
You know, it's people look at us and they think we are on a vacation. It's different. We are not.
You're
rich,
living life.
No?
Yeah.
Or rich.
Or rich, yeah, rich is not the case.
Right. So tell me, so like, you know, you start off on this journey, you took this 1 month trip to go down to Patagonians and try it out. You said, okay, this is great. We're going to go ahead and now commit to doing this for a year. Right. So you basically sold some things off, put things in storage, kind of set your jobs up so you could take this year off. Now it's turned in, you know, now we're 7.5 years later, right, into this. You're loving what you're doing, right? You're obviously really, you know, really wonderful people. You're really happy and vibrant, full of really positive energy. You are indeed. And so it's been such a joy to meet you and be able to camp with you. And so like, how did that work? How did that transition work where you went from, you know, just a plan of traveling for a year to now it's, you know, to turning it into, okay, we can't rush. We can't just, you know, get to Colombia and then Alaska a few months later, right? We got to like spread this out. How did that really change your life, right? Your plans, your job, and everything else.
Yeah, I guess that everybody has afraid.
Yeah.
Fear is something very powerful.
Yeah.
It's good to have fear, but not that much. But once we start traveling, this is why this couple, and they told us, you did the tough stuff already. You left everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and then we realized that's completely true. Once you are driving or you are on the road living, everything becomes more easy. You still have a lot of challenges because it's a daily basis. You can break down, you can, whatever. You can be sick or problems with the police because they want bribes, or this is everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
But once the time pass, you realize that you are losing this fear. It's maybe it's fear, you can say, you know.
And you think you lose the fear because you realize that the experiences end up turning out fine. Like,
Exactly.
99% of the time, right? It turns out fine.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you realize that it's possible.
Yeah.
And you can live with way less money and be way more happy.
And freedom. No?
And freedom. The freedom is priceless.
The freedom of our time, which is really all we have in our life, right?
Exactly.
And it's the one thing that realize is very tough at the beginning, still now, I guess. Deal with your time, and maybe I think we talked something around about this yesterday. You have this rush for everything because you are in a normal life, so everything has a scheduled time, and when you are open, you have all 24 hours a day for yourself. You don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
At the beginning,
Right.
and this is tricky. And many people they stress, they are really
about how to
stressed.
fill their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So you find things to fill your time.
Exactly.
And then you realize that you don't really need to do that.
Exactly.
Right? Your time will be filled.
Yeah. And it's not easy.
Yesterday I was talking with a lady here, and she asked me something, and we talked about before we start travel, and she asked me how the different for me, what I feel now, and I don't feel before. And we said about before I don't have like why I want make in the future, what my future about my future. No,
Yeah.
and now I know. Now I know.
So what is your future?
This.
Yeah, this.
No,
Yeah.
this. I want to die making this.
Right.
Traveling.
And seeing new places and meeting new people, seeing new cultures and
Before,
exploring new things.
Before I don't remember one time in my life I like this. I want to make this whole my life. No, I don't
And now it
have
is.
this feeling before.
Yeah.
And now I know.
And so this all really started with that first 1 month Patagonia trip where you,
Yeah, it was because we had 30 days. This was with
yeah.
top, we could take at the time, and we knew already that something's gonna happen in the future.
Right. It was a test, right?
Yeah,
To try
yeah,
this out and
yeah.
see how this could
Yeah.
work. Because you wanted,
But
you had an idea this would be
Yeah, this
a fun
wasn't
thing
our
to do.
blood. We were traveling a lot already, but like let's say normal people, because you are
Normal life.
yeah, you're having a normal
vacation.
life. You have
Yeah.
vacation, you have weekends, and we are
Right.
always trying to do something, travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. It's such a neat story. So, if you had one piece of advice for people to get out and live life more, what would that be?
Mm. Oh
Come
man.
again? I
It's
the people the norm is normal. Everybody we are we have too much the house, the car, the TV, these
These things, these
like
material goods.
no I
this holds you.
exactly.
And this
I have this when we was selling our stuff in our apartment. One lady asked me, "This table's too nice. You sell this table? It's a table. What's a table? You know?" And sometimes, yesterday, one lady crying here.
She was crying, man. Yeah,
She was
because
crying.
she wanna do. They figured out it was a couple, and they figured out everything to start traveling. But she's afraid to let this go.
Yeah,
The
the
house,
house, the
things, the
Yeah.
house. And she
Right.
was very emotional. Said, "Hey, why? What can be worse? You come back to your house, or you come back to life you have right now. This can be after 1 year, after a week. You don't know. But if you don't really do it, so I don't know. My advice would be: this is very cliche, and you for sure you know this better than us. Also, just decide on your head. Maybe you don't have to do anything. You don't have to move yourself, but also in your head you really decide I'm gonna do this. This is I think, but for true, like. To be very honest with yourself, I'm gonna do this. That's the tough thing, because then you're gonna start moving your life and move yourself to make things happen.
Yeah.
So this is it's very cliche. Like do the first step. Everybody say
Yeah.
that. Oh, you give the first step is the most important, but it is.
Yeah, and that was probably a really hard experience even for you guys too, to like sell everything off essentially, right? Leave the life you had.
Yeah.
Right. That was still, I imagine, emotional experience to make that change.
Was so much fun.
For
Really?
us
Was so much fun, because
Really?
our life was not bad at the time.
Yeah.
We had a good life. We just decided to do something different.
Right.
But it's like this. In my job, for example, we were interviewed at the time on a TV or something, and I didn't tell anything in my job that I'm gonna left. And
So here you're telling it in an interview that you,
Uh-huh.
a TV
They
interview,
saw-
you're going to leave,
and
right?
they
But you haven't
saw-
told your manager
yeah,
yet.
and they saw on the TV.
Yeah.
And then my boss came to me and said, "Hey, what is that?"
Right.
And I said, "Oh, you know already, so I'm gonna tell you."
Yeah.
But this was 6 months before. This is something important, man. This was 6 months before I left, right? So I still have 6 months working, and everything the same. But for me, this 6 months, I was keeping doing the same stuff, traveling and working, doing training, selling, all the stuff I used to do. Nothing changed, but in my head, everything was so light because
Yeah.
I know this.
For
I'm
me,
gonna,
the same.
yes,
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
keep doing the same thing, but you are very light with your stuff, with
This
your
last
job.
year for me, I worked nice because my head was in the future. No,
Yeah.
this is the last year I worked with this, but it was okay, nice. I loved my job, my no problem, but my
Your head is light.
Yeah, my emotion was in other, no.
And why we are saying
The
this?
dreams, no.
Because this you don't even need to compromise yourself to travel or do whatever we are doing. If you change your mindset, you can keep living your life the way you live, lighter, right? You can be more happy with what you are doing. Because many people look at us traveling. Oh, this is the life I want, and my life is bad, or is I don't like this, blah blah. But and you see in the others something that you want, that you like, but you are not giving the real value of what you conquer. You know what I'm saying? So you have all this already. You are doing all this that you are doing in your life. That if you are listening to us, but you need to give value first of what you have right now, and then you're gonna realize that okay, if this is like, if I really want this or not. So you can try out, you can try different things, and then you decide.
So it is somewhat of a reorganization of one's values, right? What's important in their life.
Exactly.
You know, is it important to own these material things, this nice dining room table, or is it important to come out and have these amazing experiences, right? Like we're having on this time together right now, and so it's really that kind of prioritization of those, right?
Yeah.
Of course, everybody likes good life, good food, nice house, nice place. Everybody likes this. We like this.
Yeah.
Travel.
But sometimes this is hard. It's hard. It's heavy for some people. The good. We talk a lot with a lot of people. The people have condition for make anything, but don't make because
Stuff.
family, kids, house, job, and the people are no happy in this life, but have this many people. He I don't know the words my English, no, but when a pessoa não está feliz, mas ela tem essa carga.
Oh yeah, like the people they are not happy, but they have this all this charge on their back.
Yeah.
They hold nothing because they are attached to these things.
Right. And those things are weighting them down.
Exactly.
Right, holding them in place instead of allowing them to move forward to maybe something will bring them more happiness, more joy, right?
And more easy life.
So let me ask you this. Absolutely. So you keep saying that this is the easy life. It's very enjoyable. So you went from a house to living in a Land Rover 110, right? Defender 110 with a rooftop tent. So you have this 25 square feet or something.
I guess
right? Of living space. Very small, right?
It is.
A few square meters at the most of living space, right? And yet you seem so happy and so joyful, right? And like every time we've had a meal together or shared a beverage, something, you're always offering something. Like you have things to, it's not like you're short on things or space or. So obviously this tighter quarters is not, harming you in any way, right?
No. In the beginning, the car was different because was a platform in the back and a rooftop tent, and we live with this setup for 2.5 years. But then you get a little bit tired, and we want to improve something, so we got the pop-up roof.
The pop-up roof, which now you can enter from below, so you don't have to go outside instead of this tent.
Yes, and we were improving a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's all about yourself. If you are happy, doesn't matter if we have like a very tiny car or a Prius. Everybody laugh about Prius, or we are backpacking, or we are with a bicycle. This is where your mind is.
Yeah.
So for us, and life is sharing, right?
Very much.
Meeting people and making friends. It doesn't matter if you have a really nice car. This is just this car here is just an excuse to be where we are right now and to meet you, the good vibe guy, and to meet other guys here and make friends. This is just an excuse. So it's here. It's in your head.
Yeah.
You know that thing that happiness is where you are.
Yeah.
Right. It's on you. Doesn't matter how many stuff you have. You could be in a really wonderful place and like perfect vacation, but if your mind is sad with something and worried, it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So we try to work on here in your head, and then everything works better and easier.
In this travel, we met a lot of simple people, too poor people, and happy and
Share.
happy families, open for go to my house, take shower, and invite us for everybody for everything because
There was this is a nice one. There was one day because we travel feeding street dogs, and not here in the United States, but in Central America, South America, dogs everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
And we do volunteering in shelters also. So one day we're in
Ecuador.
We were doing volunteering there.
Yeah.
200 something dogs, and there was a family living there, and they
Yeah, the
were
place,
taking
huh?
care. Yes, they were very poor, but they were taking care of the place. And at the last day, they invited us for a dinner. So we were at their house. We were camping in the car next to the dogs and that crazy
Close to the
stuff.
house.
Yeah. So they invite us for a meal, for a dinner. And then at night we are around the table and they put all the plates and it was chicken,
Yeah.
rice and some salad or something, So each plate for each one.
Mm-hmm.
So the father, the
girl?
mother, and the girl,
The dog.
the daughter,
Yeah.
and both of us.
Yeah.
And then before we start eating, someone came to the door, which was another friend bringing some a cake for us because he knows that we were leaving.
Yeah, in the
And then
morning.
we went to the door to say goodbye, to blah blah blah. When I came back, I noticed that they changed the plates because the biggest part of the chicken was with the father, and we were
The daughter
invited.
put for the father.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the mom, when we talk with the guy in the
At
door,
the door
the mom changed the plate and
to
put
give me the bigger,
Right.
The best
piece,
part
the
of
best for us.
Yeah.
So how you gonna deal with this, man? This is wonderful.
Yeah.
And in some point, it doesn't make us sad, because they were poor or whatever, but poor with money.
Yeah.
Just that.
happy family.
But happiness and good vibes, good
Yeah.
heart, they were rich. So this is what
Yeah.
matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful experience.
That richness with our soul, right?
Yeah,
Our joy, our personality that we bring to others.
The first time
Yeah.
on all these years, the first time we got stuck at 3 times. But the first one was our mistake. We ran out of gas very quickly.
Yep.
We stopped on the road. I got my jerry can, hitchhike. 5 minutes when a Mexican family stopped. We were here in the United States. And the guy drove Idaho. The guy drove 60 miles
To help you fill up.
to the first.
And took you back.
No.
That's the
Okay.
thing. But he told me, I'm gonna leave you here. You get your gas. I
Get
need
a
to
ride.
drive 5 miles more to leave my family, and I go pass through here again. If you are on a road, I get you back. And I said, okay. So I got the gas, and I stayed there waiting, trying to get someone. And I saw one very old guy driving a Chrysler, and he passed through me like 3 or 4 times, looking at me. I said, this guy's, I don't know. He wants something from me, with his face and a jerry can. And then for the first time, he stopped. And he said, do you need something? And then I explained him. Really nice guy. I said, no, I'm, the gas car is there. I need a ride.
But it's far.
Come, can I get you? I can get you there. I said, no, it's a little bit far. It's like 60 miles or a little bit more. I said, no problem. So I got in the car and we drove. And then he told me, I'm a old guy. I have my horses here. I came to feed my horses. And you know what? 1 day per week, I take 1 day per week to help someone. From my week, 1 day is to help someone and do something for someone, for something.
Yeah.
And today's your day. I said, okay, man, I appreciate. So we came back 60 something miles. I stopped and I I put the gas in the tank, and I was trying to turn on the car because got air in the system.
Yeah.
So I did this. He was waiting for us.
Just to make sure you get the
Just to
vehicle
make
started.
sure. And then we start driving, and then I think he drove behind us like 10, 15 miles.
Just to
to
make
watch,
sure
to make sure.
you were going to make it.
So I take 1 day and a week to help someone. I said, man, you learn with this.
That's
right?
great.
And I never saw this guy before, and I never saw him again. I don't
Yeah.
know who he is. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
This is the beauty.
That is beautiful. Indeed, it is. Yeah. Those are great experiences, right?
Yeah,
These are great
there are
stories that you
hundreds more, but this is
Hundreds more.
Just
Yeah.
This is travel. No? So, of course, the landscapes,
are nice.
Right.
but
Yeah.
But it's really
the people.
it's the people is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Those
For us, it's
experiences.
the people.
Yeah. Is there anywhere you absolutely want to go back to again?
We always come back to Baja because we made really good friends there.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
And I personally love it. We always say I love it
Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnam is so wonderful.
Yeah.
And people are so kind. First we were like not afraid, but like concerned about the language because it's completely different. But many people speak English.
And
Easy.
Yeah, our English is not so good, but we can communicate.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, but we noticed that they really want to, if they look at you, they know we are not from there, and they want to stop and they want to practice English, they want to be friends with you, and then it's a freedom, and everything is different. I really love it.
Maybe we like because it's the last one.
Yeah, maybe.
Now. No?
But Baja, we always come back to Baja.
Yeah.
Baja
We always come back. We love Mexican residents. So one day, hope this will be 10, 15 days, I don't know, we stop, we're gonna live in Baja California.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, so maybe actually settle down somewhere at some point in time.
Yeah.
But for now, you're still very content, happy traveling.
Oh yeah,
right.
We even think on this.
We need travel more and more and more.
It's become an addiction, a bug, a joy, a way of life.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, a joie de vivre, as the French say.
We have a lot of friends, they travel a little bit and stop. Because sometimes you have some time or money for this, don't travel too much, but a few times. And when go back in the normal life, then it's hard. It's too hard.
Really, yeah.
Oh, imagine you're experiencing all this freedom, right? And then you have to go back to your normal life.
And it's complicated.
Yeah, it's joyful. Right?
It is.
It is joyful, yeah.
It is.
So, obviously you have your project Mundo Cow, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit of, what is Project Mundo Cow and how can people find out more about you? And
if we translate into English, like free translation would be like dog's word or something. It's like a phrase we have in Brazil, Portuguese. So that's it. Before we are traveling for 7.5 years, but before that, for 7 years, we were working with. It was our project. Something that it was not a work. It's like a volunteering. So I don't know which word I can use. But we were working with homeless people, and because we want to do something, just to help, whatever. So we were bringing stuff for the homeless in Brazil. There are many around where we used to live, like food and clothes, and trying to help to readapt them and stuff. Only me and her with this car. So we had like a route. Every week we do the same route. We saw the guys, everything, with something, these things. And when we feed them, every time they were giving part of the food for the dogs, because homeless normally they have dogs. And we love animals, we love dogs. Yeah. And then after all this time, after the 7 years, and when we decided to do this trip and live on the road like we are doing, we were thinking, okay, so let's do something else, not just travel. Yeah. Something that we can add for ourselves and do it like a purpose also, besides of what we want to do. So we decided to do this with the dogs. So let's travel everywhere we go. If we find some dog, we try to not rescue sometimes, but mainly feed them. I know many people are going to say, oh, you're just giving food and you go. Doesn't matter, I'm doing something.
You're doing something.
And I don't care what people think. I really don't care because we heard so many things already in all these years. I really don't care. We give food for them. Oh, they can be dead. I don't care, man. We are doing something. It's pure. It's from our heart. Yeah. And sometimes rescue dogs, sometimes we do volunteering. And before...
We love volunteers because we met people in the same
vibe.
The same vibe.
Yeah. And on the road it's funny because you are traveling and you park somewhere and some dogs come to you. Yeah. It looks weird. Sounds weird because in the United States you don't find this, right? Yeah. But if you go abroad, it's like this. And I don't know if they know we have, hey, they are here. It's like this. It looks like this. So we feed them, we give them water, you pet them and around, and they sleep under the car. And they are protecting us all.
A small project, a small attitude.
Yeah.
But for us,
it's big.
It's big.
Yeah.
We travel with people. Some we have a friends. They never had contact with dogs. No dogs. No dogs in the house. I don't like much. But when we start travel together, the dogs always was here with us. In Baja, I have a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes the people, oh, this dog is nice, this dog is cute, and start change their mind.
Yeah. But not only the cats, horses, whatever.
Right.
We don't care. It's just something.
But we start this. We start with this volunteer in Brazil. Was nice for us. Was good experience in our life.
You learn a lot with this.
We learn a lot.
Especially with this time with the homeless.
Yeah.
Because normally you try to avoid them, but once you are, okay, I'm going to do this, and you are in contact with them, you learn a lot.
Because the project was this year traveling. Was this the project? 1 year traveling and feeding stray dogs. Stray dogs.
Right.
This was the project.
Yeah.
After almost 8 years, we always have.
We don't advertise anymore. Before we were advertising, hey, don't buy, adopt, and feed, and blah blah blah, all these things. But now we are not doing this anymore. We don't advertise, but we keep doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's your give back, right?
Oh, yeah.
Your way of giving in some way, right? To help the community, help others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We like. But we had dog all our life, in our house, our family. We are dogs person.
Yeah. And do you take like donations or anything for like helping to feed dogs and homeless?
Oh, yeah, we never ask about this. People give us, of course.
Yeah.
And it's weird because when we start traveling, that's so funny. Some friends in Brazil, they knew we're gonna go to Alaska, or up to Alaska to feed the dogs. First, some of them, hey, there's no dogs in Alaska. Dude, we are driving to Alaska. There are so many countries.
Yeah, right. Dogs along the way.
That's what's funny. And the other one, man, so it'll be 1 year. How you gonna breed so much food, for all these dogs? Hey, we're gonna buy
a little bit of food along the way.
We don't have to carry 10 tons of food.
Right.
Do you remember before we start travel, we start help one lady close our house.
Yeah.
She had $1,000 dogs in the house.
That's a lot.
And we start to help a little bit this lady because many people bring dog food for us, and we was a lot, and we start to bring for this lady. And one day we had a lot, like a ton of food in our house. Remember?
1 ton.
Yeah. Wow.
Because we live in.
We make a little campaign,
and for the lady, before we left, and our house all full of dog food.
But yes, we get. Actually, in a website there is a button, like to donate.
Yes.
And one guy from Poland, while we were driving, said, "Hey, why don't you put this so people can donate to you and stuff?" I said, "Oh, we don't feel comfortable asking nothing, but so do it if you want."
Yeah.
But nobody gives nothing ever. Oh yeah, no. Actually, Corey from Overland Bound.
Oh really? Yeah.
She's a really nice girl, man. And she was the first and the only one that donated by the website.
Well,
but actually, it's
if you want to give to help support what Alani and Serge are doing, with helping to feed homeless people and homeless dogs along the way, right? You can certainly go to the website, projectmundocow, .com.br. Right, and you can go to the website.
We have many photos about the travel and
that's great.
Every country, and
that's wonderful. So this can also be an information source and dogs.
Yes.
An information source for others Right about them, and hopefully get inspired to not only live a life of more joy, but also more travel and not be so afraid. Because I learned a lot at coming to Overland Expos now for several years and meeting people that live a life of travel and adventure. People tend to be afraid of travel, right? And I've been through 35 countries, and not every country in the world, but I've never been afraid ever. Right?
Yeah, the world is way better than we think.
Because when you don't know, you only listen news and.
Exactly. The news that can be bad, which is bad everywhere, right? It's bad in our own hometowns.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so there's always bad somewhere, but for the most part, everybody's good, right?
Oh, it is. That's for sure.
And for me, the more important in this life, if you have, you share this with your husband or wife, or everything works nice between
both.
Yeah.
This helps a lot.
Without doubt. So the relationship has to be really strong, and you have to constantly work on that to keep it strong and healthy. And so, is that good communication? Is that kind of like prime? Yeah, it's probably number one.
And you work out this the whole life.
Yeah, it's a constant effort, right?
Yeah, everybody does that.
Because you're always going to reach those periods of stress and challenges and things like that, right? That you got to work through. Yeah. And we were talking about that a little bit actually yesterday and last night. Like Julie, who just walked by, and like the challenges they have with their family and the kids, right? And between her and her spouse, right? Sometimes like everybody has it, right? We were talking about Monica and Gary Westcott, yesterday as well. Been traveling together on the road for almost 50 years, right? They still have their challenges. Everybody does, right? We all do.
Of course.
But they work through it, right? We all work through it with our communications.
We learn.
We learn, because it's undoubtedly there's stressful periods, right?
Yes. Always will be. You're always gonna have stressful moments.
And that's whether you're at home or on the road, right?
But we realize also if you are healthy, that's the most important.
Physically healthy. Yeah.
Mentally, of course, but physically also.
And so, what does that mean to be physically healthy? What creates that for you?
Because if you're on the road, and if you are abroad, if you are overseas in other country, it's also the fear, to get sick.
Yeah.
Because you realize you're getting older, the needs are getting different,
Right.
And I think this is not only because you are traveling, but even if you are in your house, if you are healthy physically, this is gonna help you to pass through your problems, or you'll be more active, you'll be more happy.
Yes.
This is very important.
So take care of our bodies, right? Eating well, getting some exercise, right?
Don't drink too much.
Don't drink too much.
But everything starts here, right?
Yeah.
But everything starts in your mind. Because if your mind are not good, it's gonna be affect your body.
So we have to have a healthy, positive mindset.
Exactly, and affect your body.
Yeah.
We hear every time that people healing because they are thinking positive and stuff. You also hear stories around.
Yeah.
And I think this is true.
Yeah. You found that from your experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we are living for her, this is the perfect life. But if I'm get sick really bad, this changes a lot.
Real immediately.
Maybe I need to sell this and go back to Brazil.
Right.
You don't know, right? So
in this time, all this time, one time I think maybe.
What you're doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Only one time in 7.5 years.
In Ecuador because I'm feeling bad.
You were feeling unhealthy. You're getting sick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Because we changed a lot of fast.
Elevation changes, right?
Elevation and weather.
Yeah.
It was in the coast and hot and warm.
Because the weather can be so different in Ecuador, depending in short distances.
Yeah, and one day we went to the mountain, and it changed a lot, and my body feels, and like a week I'm in bed, and oh my God,
we were talking with
my bed.
Yes, we were talking to our neighbor here yesterday. Mainly about life on the road. If you are a long-term traveler, you need to understand you are not on a weekend. You can't party every night, every day.
Yeah,
it's different.
Right.
It's gonna be you're not on vacation.
Yeah.
You are living this life, so you need to realize that. Otherwise, you're gonna be bad, man.
Yeah.
You know, right?
It's a really good point. It is, and no doubt about it, like that is, I think, a really key thing. Like a lot of people think this is like transitioning to like a full-time retirement or vacation. And the reality is, it's not. It's just a different life. It's just a different way of living.
Exactly.
Right. But you still got to live and take care of yourself, right? Mentally, physically, right, and other things that create your happiness and your well-being.
Exactly. And if you don't think very serious about this, it's gonna affect your pocket also.
Right.
It's gonna affect everything. You're gonna make your travel shorter, right?
Because you'll spend money on things that are wasteful, right? Don't add to your continued joy of the travel.
You can't party every night,
right?
But you can have a lot of fun in a different way.
Yeah.
Right.
These are very good life lessons.
Oh
indeed.
yeah, this for us.
That's great.
For everybody.
It's a lot of wisdom that you guys have learned in these 7.5 years of travel, right? So I really appreciate you sharing your experiences, right? Your joy,
we thank you for having us here. And, come on,
friends,
you know,
new friends, good friends. And the other friend came.
It's fabulous.
We have good vibes with many people here, and you see that with some others we don't.
Yeah, indeed. Well, thank you so much for participating in the interview today. Thank you. It's really been a joy to see you and hang out with you.
Yeah, we're gonna miss this for sure.
I will miss it too. We will have to reconnect for sure again.
That's for sure.
And so I appreciate like all your words of wisdom that you're sharing with others. Hopefully that inspires others, right, to get out there, travel, and live a life of more joy. However you do that, right? Whether it's through travel or just having less material things, just a more positive mindset, right? All these things that we all need to do to help us live a more happy life, right? Regardless of how we're doing it.
And, yes, no fear, and start thinking in
start doing.
No, start thinking in magical solutions for everything. What works for me, for you, for her doesn't work for you.
Different.
It's all different.
Yeah.
So figure it out yourself.
Yes.
But seriously, and go be happy.
Right. Figure what's right for you, and it's great. It's a great, and we see that right here, even in this showcase, area at Overland Expo. We have people here from all different ways of life, different parts of the world, different vehicles, right? And yet they're all really living a joyful life, right? But all in a different way, with different vehicles and different experiences, and whatever's right for them.
Yeah, right? And it's up to us to learn with all this, because we are here, right?
We all learn from each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why not?
Indeed.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. Thank you.
I hope we can see each other again, right?
Absolutely.
Anywhere, I don't know.
Anywhere. Somewhere.
We'll make it happen.
We will make it happen.
We will.
Never know. Travel together.
Yes, indeed. I look forward to that. Yeah, it'll be fun. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. This is going to be like a fireside chat. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll wait. No doubt. You can finish eating. We gotta finish eating.
It's working already. Aside, so don't scratch. Hey, Sam. Hey. Sam. 1, 2.
Oh, it's awesome.
Thank you for joining in and watching this video. Certainly do a little more about Alani and Sergio and their travels at proyectomundocal.com.br, and certainly will join back in my camper building here very shortly.